So, in a Bill Evans interview that I recently watched, he said this: 90% of the problem is figuring out what the problem is. So, we got to first diagnose what the problem is. I'm wanting to learn how to improvise better. I was always a pretty good comper. I could keep the beat really well. I was really good at keeping the beat, but I never really went down that road of learning how to improvise with my right hand and come up with nice lines. So it's like learning a language. If you don't have a vocabulary, you're going to have a difficult time communicating. So we're going to build what's called a lick log. We need a vocabulary of licks that work. And you have to have them really in your brain and under your fingers. So here's what I'm going to do. I've started writing out some licks. I don't know if that's going to be focused on the camera, but let me demonstrate what I came up with here. I have two licks. One is based on a pentatonic scale, which you can use on anything, and the other one is kind of a chromatic, maybe a diminished scale sort of approach. So here's my first lick. I'm in the key of C. This is one that you can do in all the keys. So I'm going to play this pentatonic scale and keep the fingering nice and easy. So those are triplets. And that's basically just a pentatonic scale that can be used anywhere on the piano. You can start anywhere. And in a perfect world, you would do this in all the keys. And F sharp, and so forth through all the keys. My second lick is, I believe, kind of like, I just came up with this, but it's like a diminished scale. It is triplets going up. So my thumb is landing on all the notes of the C scale, and then I'm going up whole steps, then half step, then whole steps, then half steps, and that could be used over a 2-5 type progression. So for example, so there's my two licks that could go over a 2-5-1 progression. Then I went on YouTube and just found the first 2-5-1 in C major backing track, and I'm going to use my two licks over the 2-5-1 that I found on this track. So listen to this. So you see how that works. Now I've got two licks that work for me, one on a tonic chord, the other one can be over 2-5-1, probably pretty much in any key. I'm going to have to work that out. The pentatonic one isn't going to work over every key. Maybe it would, in sort of an upper structure kind of way. But, so this is my example of how to start building a, quote, vocabulary in soloing. So I will keep posting these kind of videos and see how it goes. And I also play clarinet. So I need to do these same licks on my clarinet, which I will demonstrate that at some point.